Yeah, for sure. Like, shalom, Lord of Christ. We're about to get it on. Man, most on Christ, man. Shalom Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatam, to all of Israel. This is the I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West 125th Street, and we are out of Holland, New York, under Commander General GEN.YAHANNA. And this is I.S.U.P.K. Kentucky, man. I wanna start this class by saying, never forget, man. Never forget the crimes, the atrocities that have been committed against our people. Now, it's fairly easy for some to downplay, as I'll say, or say things such as, don't blame whatever, man. Don't blame them for the things that we do to ourselves. Now, I understand that we are in a position where only we are held to black on black crime. There's no real problem with white on white crime, which is actually the biggest problem in America. So many people have issues if we continue to never forget, man, what our people have been through. Now, we understand that at one point in time, we were stolen, man. And we was brought to a place. And not only did they enslave us, not only did they build a nation off of our free labor, not only did they do those things, but their spirit towards us was so demonic, man. It was such an evil spirit. It was such an evil way that they treated Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian peoples, man, throughout our history. And that is something that we should never forget that. It's a sense of empowerment, a sense of pride. That's how it's easier to serve the Lord, because you realize one thing. We still here, man. We're not destroyed. We're still here. We don't have a UN. We don't have a Germany and all of these other countries that has come to the aid of people who have gone through atrocities. So we don't have that, but we have something much more powerful than that, and that is the Most High. And that is why it's so important that we have to keep God's law, man, because God's law is proof of our love, man. And part of you even keeping the laws is because you fear the Most High. And the fear of the Most High is that beginning of your wisdom. You don't even begin to be wise until you have a fear of the Lord, man. Out here in Kentucky, there is a rich history of crimes against our people. And the criminals have never been brought to justice. Now, every now and then there's a hate crime, and it's so obvious that they may have to put someone in jail. But the culprit The true culprit has never been incarcerated, has never gone to jail, has never suffered through that prosecution that is deserved to the people who have committed crimes against our ancestors, man, and us today. When you get a minute, read that. We're gonna go through a little history. Bear with me, because we're gonna go through a little history concerning Kentucky and concerning Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. Go ahead when you got that. Because the thing of it is, Salakia, the thing of it is when we have a situation in Kentucky, we're the priests and prophets of the Lord, man. I mean, it's our job to bring it out. Salakia, I'm gonna go ahead and resend that to you right now. I'm sending something to the brother right now to read, because we're going to go over some things today that has to be brought out, because we in Kentucky, man. We're in a state where the history of hate is so rich. It's so deep. And people still support this tyrannical government and still want you and your children to be a part of it. Want you to be a so-called functioning member or contributing member of a society that has done nothing but destroy you and your people, and in turn destroying your future. So how the hell are you gonna tell me to get over it, to forget about it? That doesn't even go with nature. America will never forget about Paul Revere and their fight against the British. They celebrate it today. They'll never forget the Civil War. They'll never forget Pearl Harbor. They'll never forget 9/11, man. Never. But try to teach you to get over it. It was their not getting over what the King of England and what the British and the Spanish and the French did that made them love each other, that made them know that they had to fight with each other. They want you to get over it so you can continue seeing that black man, that black woman, that Hispanic man, that Hispanic woman, that native man, that native woman as your enemy. That's why you look at a nigga crazy in the store. Can't salute him. Gotta look at it crazy. That's why you fix your mouth to say Mexicans don't like blacks, because of a few stupid ass gangbangers, man. That's why. Because you are taught to get over the crimes that are done towards you. Get over it. In the meantime, the criminal against your people never get over anything done to them, man. Never. January 6th, on both sides of that evil mind, they'll never get over it. One side thought the vote was stolen. They didn't get over it. They fought and was ready to die as a sign of pride. The other side thought it was fair and everything was good. They'll never get over that. We just passed it. What they do? Celebrate it all. You couldn't see nothing else but a year later. Where do we go? It's never going to end, because when it concerns them and their children, it means everything. You get over it. Get over the fact that Breonna Taylor was murdered. Get over that. Even though the police is on trial right now for shooting in the neighbor's next door house. He's on, the trial began. The only crime with kicking a door in and killing an innocent black woman was he shot and bullets went to the next door. Nothing to do with killing that young woman, man. Get over that. And this is why, how dare you have an issue with me sitting right here telling you the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, the deceiver of the earth, man. Anything happens to him and his, it needs immediate attention. Someone must pay. And it's never forgotten. Never forget it. Not because the white man does it, but because the Lord hasn't got his vengeance for it yet. And that vengeance is of the Lord, and it's coming, man. The hell you gonna forgive somebody the Lord ain't forgave? Go ahead and read that when you got a Bible shot. Because we're gonna talk about a little history of Kentucky, and I want you to listen to this.
Our history here, never forget. The history of so-called blacks in the U.S. state of Kentucky starts at the same time as the history of white America.
Starts at what?
At the same time as the history of white America.
See, let me tell y'all something. Natives was in Kentucky first. My brothers. The white man crept in with Daniel Boone, and there's a couple other people with black people. Never think that this they land, man. But you let them, by forgetting, you let them walk around and act like Kentucky theirs, man. Like Kentucky, a white man's state. First of all, it's a native state. Second, we came with them crackers, man. Don't be fooled to think that they just brought slaves here. No. Don't think that. We were under their oppression, of course, but we came in here with them. And there's even stories where we helped them navigate Kentucky. How the hell did that happen? How the hell you help somebody navigate somewhere where you've never been? Never forget, man, that when we call the white man the devil, we are calling him a deceiver, which means a liar. He's a liar. And this is why your grandchildren and your children are going to be taught that slavery was a goddamn migration. The slave owners were good white people. Jim Crow wasn't that bad. And now black people have more rights than white people. That's what they tell you. You know why? Because you forgot the crimes they've committed against you, and you're easily deceived, man. The white man doesn't have to work to deceive you. Continue reading.
Black Americans settled Kentucky along white explorers such as Daniel according to the U.S. Census Bureau, African Americans make up 8.5% of Kentucky's population.
So, a few years ago, 3 years ago, the census said Kentucky was 8.5% black. Continue reading.
Compared to the rest of the population,
Go ahead.
the African American ethnic group is the second largest.
As we all know. But now, let's read the population in 1830. Go ahead.
The population was 24%.
20 what?
24%.
What?
24%.
So what happened? Never forget and do your own research. Blacks came in to Kentucky with white people, man. Like white people can be the only settlers? There's a story about how the natives used to come and attack black people and white. That's bullshit. The only people that was attacking black people was white people, man. They said they found a native tribe that had a black slave. Okay. Well, if they was in slavery, I'd rather be in native slavery than white slavery. Because I don't see a history of natives hanging, lynching, burning alive, decapitating, cutting your rod off, and etc. Show me a native Indian picnic where they hung and killed somebody, man. And that black man later helped navigate, as I said. Well, once again, the white man's a devil. He wants everyone to have slaves. That's why a lot of white people say there were many people in slavery. The Irish were, man, listen. I'm so tired of hearing that indentured servant. Get the hell out of here with that, man. Are you going to compare that to the slavery of black, Hispanic, and Native Indians? Someone who just happened to be white trash that the other white people didn't like. How many riots killed them? How many of them were lynched? How many of them was destroyed? They just had a goddamn contract to go do some concrete. And later became the police force. We'll do a whole class on that if you need be. Never forget what happened to your people, man. Don't ever forget it. It's the most important thing, man. Your children have to know that. They have to understand what Amy's capable of. They have to understand what Todd's capable of. Otherwise, you leading your children to destruction, man. You leading them to destruction trying to please some vanity of saying things are different now. Really? We got a priest and prophet named Unrest that just brought out a lynching in this state. Am I lying? What year did that happen?
2 weeks ago, right?
This year. This year. It happened. And you're going to tell me something's different? Where is the public outrage with white people in Louisville, Kentucky right now? If they gave a damn about your black ass, Salakia, if they gave a damn about your black tail, there would be tens of thousands of white people marching downtown Louisville right now, denouncing that lynching. I haven't even seen a post about it. It took a priest and prophet in Kentucky to bring it out. That should be on world news. Why because you forgot. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians have forgot what happened to them, man. So now you can get lynched. Breonna Taylor became a freedom cry because a gay organization latched itself onto it. And not, listen, y'all think I'm lying? Do the research. The alphabet people use Breonna Taylor. That's part of their movement. Because you forgot, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, you forgot. That's why you got natives around here talking about they Christians. Wow. Blacks, Hispanics talking about they Christians. In Kentucky talking about they Baptists, man. Don't y'all realize in Dawson Springs, Kentucky, 2 hours away, there is an IKA, a Klan compound of some of the most violent, radical Klansmen known to man. In 1985, they firebombed, what was it called? MOVE. Now, I'm not a supporter of MOVE with the dreads and the craziness they was with, but the point is they dropped a bomb on Philadelphia in 1985. A bomb from a helicopter, a firebomb, had a shootout. But you got a Klan compound that wants to overthrow your government, that wants to kill you. How can they do that, black man? They can do it because you forgot. They ain't forgot. They still love each other. But you forgot. And you don't give a damn about your people, man. But that's all right. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General Yohanna is raising up warriors, man. Raising up warriors to fight you. And to make sure our people never forget. Now, I'm going to bring out something real quick because I want y'all to understand the state of Kentucky. Okay? According to the history and social justice website, there's over 60 sundown cities or towns. Can't call them cities. There's over 60 sundown towns in Kentucky. Let me repeat that. There's over 60 sundown towns in Kentucky. So, if I may, this is not happening in the 50s. Today, there's sundown towns. So, I'm gonna have you read this too, Salaki. You know, as y'all see, the view has changed. We're trying to switch things up out here in Kentucky, give y'all a different look. But if I may, I want you to marinate on that. Damn. 60 sundown towns. This shit is hilarious to me, Salakia. Because there's a Democratic Party in Louisville, Kentucky that'll tell you to go vote and it'll tell you to become a part of the system. the greatest state with 60 sundown towns. In other words, your black, Hispanic, or Native Indian life will be in jeopardy. You could be killed to the point where white people will listen. Salakia, man. White people will take stats, find out the sundown towns, inform you. Why haven't 1 million of them marched on Corbin? Ain't that the name of it? Salakia. I don't want to say the name wrong. Go ahead and read what I read. Salakia. Okay, Salakia. Salakia, real quick. You know what? I'm going to read it. Salakia. So, we're going to read about Corbin, Kentucky. Corbin was the site of what was considered the terrible calamity, where on the evening of October 30th, 1919, an armed mob led by L&N Brakeman, a company that's here today, by the way. Remember that L&N as you drive around Kentucky. Pistol Pete Rogers terrorized the town by rounding up between 200 to 300 African-American men, women, and children and forcibly removed them from the town. Now, I just said there was 24% black. Black people were in Kentucky a force. And we all know what happens when black people come together and show any sign of success. Our enemy roots them out and never pays the price. You gonna forget about that? That didn't happen? This is what they tell you. They didn't tell you how many people were killed. They just tell you that 200 to 300, which it probably was 1,000. If you leave it up to this animal that we deal with. Rounded them up and took them out of town, and Corbin is a sundown town. On that list of sundown towns is a town I bet you none of y'all believe. Shively. Shively. You know why you don't believe it? Because Shively has black people. And there's a side of Shively that's black. But everyone knows there's a white side of it. And that made the sundown list. Let the police catch you over there. Let them catch you sleeping in your car on the wrong road. And they pull you out of it and they murder you, man. Corbin, Albany, Russell. Over 60 towns in this state. But there's a, there's a black, what is it, Salakia, the one that didn't bring the charges against Breonna Taylor, the officers. It's a black man, of course, married to a white animal that didn't bring charges against the killers in the Breonna Taylor case. I don't know his position. I want to say Secretary of State. He's Secretary of Salakia, y'all, because I usually know the position, but there was a black Attorney General, Salakia. He's the Kentucky Attorney General and did not bring charges. The state capital is 45 minutes away from where I am right now. Frankfort. A lot of people don't know in 64, Martin Luther King marched in Frankfort. Kentucky got a history, man. Martin Luther King marched in Franklin and they went up there, they did all of that marching and singing. And then we had a problem in 67. There was the 67 unrest in Kentucky. Look it up. Look it up how the officials only got mad at the amount of white children that were outside harassing the marchers. You had 5, 6-year-old kids, them devils living today, running up and down, harassing a nigger this, a nigger that, and the parents clapping, throwing rocks. The one minister that had the 67 march, I don't know his name, but he got hit. They gonna talk about with a rock or an egg. This man I talking. They gonna talk about it might have been an egg. Listen, man, never forget that, Kentucky. Your leaders who's 70, 80 years old that y'all know running this country, that's them. That's them little kids that was running around, throwing rocks. Nigga, you would never take this over. That was 3 years after Martin Luther King marched up in front. Don't give a damn about that, man. You don't ever forget the crimes that was done against your people. And then the unrest of 75. How many unrest has happened out here in Kentucky? How many? Man, I'm telling y'all, man, Google it. There was a point in time with Jeffersonville, Indiana, which anybody that lives right here in Louisville knows is right over the bridge. You better not ever get caught over there. Because a lot of blacks was trying to get away from this and move to Clarksville or New Albany. Man, New Albany, Clarksville, and Jeffersonville, that's Indiana. Let me tell you something. Study the history of it. Indiana, where the Klan was born. It's historical how they try to push brothers back into Kentucky. And now you want a white girl in India? You want a white girl in Clarksville? You want a white girl in Jeffersonville and New Albany? Because you forgot what they did to your people. Go ahead and give me Isaiah, man. It's a lot here. Go ahead and give me y'all gotta give me a minute because I want Isaiah 14 and 21. And then after that, we're gonna go over a few things. No, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go over the other thing, the imperial, the white haters. We're gonna go over that a little bit later, but we're gonna go over segregation and things of that nature. But go ahead and read Isaiah 14 and 21, Baba Kusha.
The book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children.
Go ahead and read it from the top one more time.
The book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter.
Prepare what?
Prepare slaughter.
Prepare forgiveness.
Slaughter.
Prepare roses.
Slaughter.
Prepare love.
Slaughter.
Go ahead.
For his children.
For who?
For his children.
I ain't never had no slave.
For his children.
I wasn't there.
His children.
I didn't do that in 67.
For his children.
You should forget about that because our people didn't do it.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
The crimes of their goddamn fathers, man. That's what the Bible say, dude. But you want to forget it and say, you know what? They didn't own slaves. Every white bastard you know benefits from it, man. Benefits from it. I've said this, I don't know how many times. There's so many white people in this country, they can have a 40 million man march on Washington. They did it over the election. They marched, bust windows, went all in there talking about hanging the president because they thought they lost. They were sore losers. You trying to tell me that they can't march for your freedom? They can't march for your love? Don't they love you? Don't they see you equal? You being lynched in 22 isn't enough for themselves, not the gay organization BLM, not the national advancement of colored people. I mean, listen, you can't make this up. The NAACP still say they colored people. It's 22. They ain't changed their name to the advancement of black people, to the advancement of the oppressed, to the advancements of anything but colored people. None of them are marching for you. Why? They know you forgot it. They know you don't care. All you care about is internet fame. I think black people will riot and die in the streets if the white man take the internet away and a nigga or a female can't twerk and shake their ass and show their money and talk to their money and do all of that hoopla. I think that black people just might turn into some very violent people. Because that's what y'all care about, man. Fame. You want to wonder what a nigga saying on Clubhouse. You want to know what a nigga doing on Instagram. Brag about effing a man's rib or his hole, whatever. While they kill you and get away with it. Have y'all watched the auditors? Type in auditors on YouTube and watch the white man berate the police, talking about a constitutional right. I have the right to film here. You piece of shit. You pig. Get away from me, faggot. Your mama and Slovakia. That's how they talk to the police. Can you do that, protesters? Can you, as a protester, look at a police and tell them to get out your face, your F word, your cigarette? Slovakia, you can't say that. Because they know you don't care about your people. They said when the riots started with Breonna Taylor, they said the people are bored. We was there. We was down there. I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General GEN.YAHANNA got pictures of that King Louis statue that they took down. You can't take that away. We got pictures with it. You understand that? Before all of that happened, we was down there. We heard what the news was saying. Y'all bored. You have nothing else to do. You don't care about Breonna Taylor. That's what they said. And you want to know something? You don't. Because if you cared about Breonna Taylor, you would be in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General GEN.YAHANNA. Because that's the only way. That's the only way to help her and her legacy is that you now remember what has happened to your people, man. You're around here worried about white man's business. Oh, I seen the fool on NBC talking about, well, I think the next candidate to go against Biden would really? That's what you're concerned with? That's the white man's business. Don't forget, Obama was an African, not a black man. Didn't give a damn about black people business, man. A damn about it. You have to remember, America will never stop killing you until you put the full armor of the Lord on and you allow the Lord to protect you, man. Hell, you're going to call 911 or have anything to do with these people, man. And they system, a system created to destroy you, man. Salakia. I'm gonna read this after the march. I'm gonna go by this. Kentucky 87. It depends on what you look at. It's 87 to 90% white. Because don't forget, some white people realize that you're the seed of your father. So they do see some of you so-called mixed babies as white because of your father. You trash, but they see you as white. Another sundown town. Been told Kentucky is a sundown town, man. Hey, man. I can't make this up, man. I cannot make this up. There is sundown towns in Kentucky. And you niggas walk around the West End like you running something? You walk around in Newburgh like you running something? You want to beef with the West End. So it's the West End against Newburgh. Them niggas is this. Oh, the West End niggas is that. Oh, the Newburgh niggas, we running it. We got the county jail, we running it. You know what I'm saying? You know, the water for my young priest. I'm a Wanga brother hit me to some of these things. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you fight for? And there's over 60 sundown towns that you can't take your black ass to. You can't. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. You can't go there. And if they wanted the West End, which used to be all white, by the way, that's why it's a goddamn golf course down there. I mean, you can't make this up, man. You don't think if they want the West End, they won't go take it with their brothers in New Albany right across the river? The white man is your enemy. I don't want to hear nothing about no white allies that we heard about before, right, the time before the Kentucky 8 incident. Hearing about our white allies, and they're with us. And then the same black female that said that was seen on camera body slammed by white police. Man, the Lord is the greatest, man. The Lord reveals all things. And we gonna fight. We gonna fight out here in Kentucky, man. To make sure you never forget what happened to your people, man. Never. Because you're going to have brothers out here on the street corner, brothers out here every week, letting y'all know the white man's the devil, the Bible speaker. Go give me Psalms 27. Start at the first chapter, Bible shop. Let me tell y'all something real quick. The IKA, according to their website, I'm going to give you a brief thing. I'm not going to go too deep in it because I know they devils. They say we believe that man, Adam, and then they even say a Hebrew word meaning ruddy, to show blood. understand ruddy means. To show blood, flush, turn rosy. This is what the Klan say. That because they turn rosy, they're Adam. They're ruddy. Not Esau. Not Esau, but they're Adam. Let's get real quickly. Because they wanted to quote scripture. They said that he's the father, Adam, is the father of the white race only. Which goes against the Bible. Go ahead.
It's like I said, if I could, Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam teach the same thing.
Well, don't forget who their buddies was. Their buddies was the Klan. And Elijah Muhammad was a disgusting Mason who liked little girls. I said it. And I challenged the Nation of Islam in Kentucky to dare step up. I'll destroy you if I ever get the permission. But if I don't have the permission, trust me, a UPK brother will come out here and destroy you, man. And destroy your lives out here. That's why it's a goddamn compound. And your temple is a garage. A garage. And you got millions of dollars. Farrakhan see y'all fit to have a garage. So I don't give a damn what the Nation of Islam says. These nights, I just want to show you real briefly. I ain't gonna go through the whole thing. But they go through to say that Adam, and they quote Luke 3:38 as being, the Son of God. And made in his likeness, 5 and 1. So God is white, and all this type of stuff. The same things I've already destroyed the Mormons on. Because they think the same thing. They're Klansmen. The Baptist Church believes this. The IKA are Baptists. And they believe they're the authority when it comes to Southern Baptists. They don't believe your dumbass black minister's authority. This nigga's a follower. You're a Johnny-come-lately Baptist. They're the real Baptists. If you want to go there. Go ahead and read that when you got that. I'm going to go through Psalms real quick, and we're going to end this class.
The book of Psalms, chapter 27, verse 1. A psalm of David.
A psalm of who?
A psalm of David.
Man, go ahead.
The Lord is my light and my salvation.
The Lord is our light and our salvation. Not the Constitution. Not America. You're not going to be saved, helped, whatever your mind's telling you, through America. It's not going to happen. Because as you forget, they don't forget, and they'll never love you, man. Don't you understand that? Let's go back to Barack Obama being the president. Although we know he was an African, the other white folks don't give a damn. He black. He black, dark-skinned. They don't give a damn what his nationality is. Those that did understood say we could slide him through. But, okay, they slid him through. We still gonna do everything in our power to make sure he doesn't succeed. They wanted him to fail. Continue reading.
Come. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life.
The what?
The strength of my life.
Go ahead.
Of whom shall I be afraid?
Of whom shall I fear? Fear is the beginning of wisdom. You're not even wise if you don't fear the Lord. Go ahead.
Come, verse 2. When the wicked, even mine enemies.
The what?
The wicked, even mine enemies.
Go ahead.
And my foes.
And my what?
My foes.
Go ahead.
Come upon me to eat up my flesh.
Wow.
They stumbled and fell.
Why? David feared the Lord, loved the Lord. You don't. You don't. You fear the white man. That's who you fear. You're afraid of him. You bar him. The Black Caucus and all of that, they bar white people. That's why they come together and they never fight for black people. The biggest thing the National Black Caucus has ever did was the crack laws. The 92 crime bill. That was the biggest thing in the history of the United States they've ever done, was lock you up, black man, Hispanic man. That's the biggest thing they've done, because they don't fear you. They don't fear they don't fear the Lord, they fear you. You make them look bad when they should fear the Lord to learn to love you, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Slacky, verse 3. Though an host should encamp against me,
Go ahead.
my heart shall not fear.
I don't give a damn. I tell people this all the time. Plot, plan. I serve the best of planners, man. I serve the real planner. Go ahead.
My heart shall not fear, though war shall rise against me.
Wow.
In this I will be confident.
I'll be confident. You kill Breonna Taylor, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be confident in the Lord, man. I ain't gonna die and mope and march and cry and feel hopeless and feel weak. I'm gonna be confident in the Lord, man. Because I know Christ is going to destroy you for kicking in that door and killing that young black woman in Kentucky, for rounding up those black people and kicking them out of town because of your hate. The Lord is going to destroy you, man. And I'm confident when that happens. I'm not miserable. I'm not sad. I'm not Van Jones, who gets on here and cries. The man gets on national television and cries anytime something happens. He cries, letting everybody know he's so afraid of white people. That's his God. He fears his God. I fear mine. And mine gives me confidence in those wicked times, man. Go ahead.
Come, verse 4. One thing have I desired of the Lord.
What?
One thing have I desired of the Lord.
One thing I desired of the Lord. Go ahead.
That will I seek after.
What?
That will I seek after.
Go ahead.
That I may dwell in the house of the Lord.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to dwell in the house of the Lord. All of the other stuff, the Lord won't take care of. I fear and want to serve the Lord. You understand that? And by me doing that, you're going to be taken care of. My enemies that encamp and plan and plot, they going to be taken care of. Go ahead.
All the days of my life.
Go ahead.
To behold the beauty of the Lord.
Man.
And to inquire in his temple.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. For in the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion.
I shall be hidden in his protection, man. Go ahead.
In the secret of his tabernacle.
Go ahead.
Shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm going to watch it. Do y'all understand this? I'm going to watch it all unfold because I'm doing the work of the Lord. I'm going to be up. I'm going to watch it. The IKA, Imperial Clan, come out the hill. Come on. I'm going to watch your destruction. I'm going to watch the Lord send Russia upon you, man. I'm going to watch you fight China. And I'm going to sit back protected because I'm under Commander General GEN.YAHANNA. That's why. I'm under the man that's under Christ. And I'm going to watch you in your arrogance be destroyed, man. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And now shall mine head be lifted.
Do what?
And now shall mine head be lifted.
I'm going to watch it like this. Go ahead.
Above mine enemies.
Above what?
Mine enemies.
Go ahead.
Round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacles sacrifices of joy.
Love, honor, respect. Still following the laws. Still obeying and loving every Israelite, man. Understanding what my sacrifice is about. I ain't got time to be out there living like y'all. Go ahead. Booty up. Shake your booty. Shoot. Kill. Don't listen to the priests and prophets of I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General GEN.YAHANNA. You're about to see in real time the destruction that comes your way. Go ahead.
I will sing. Yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord.
Most High Christ. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me, and answer me.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. When thou sayest, seek ye my face.
See what?
Seek ye my face.
Go ahead.
My heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger.
Go ahead.
Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation.
Let me tell you something, man. I am a servant. I hope y'all understand that. Every brother under me is a servant. Do y'all understand that? If you don't, let me explain this. We serve Christ, and Christ has rank and order. You understand that? Now, I understand that it's hard. It's like that serve is hard for black women and black and Hispanic men. But I serve the brothers that are over me. If they call me, hey, sorry, woo bang the bang, get that done. I'm serving them. Because that is a righteous order as the men under me serve. This is in the same scripture of protection, of love, of salvation. This is a song, a celebration of a king. You understand that? That's the importance of it. Because that is, listen, that is a part of you never forgetting, is knowing how to serve. And knowing how to be leaders of those that serve you. There is no great leader that doesn't know how to follow. Our commanding general Yohanna didn't just flash into leadership. He earned it through service. Am I correct? He earned it through service, which we all should do. And part of us serving is understanding who we are, what we've gone through, and never forgetting the crimes against our people. And I guarantee you, it'll help you serve even more powerful. Because the other question, Salakia, the other quote will come, never forget and never again. You understand that? Continue reading, Bible Shah.
Verse 10. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up.
Let me tell you something. In the truth of the I.S.U.P.K, your father, your mother, your parents, your cousins, your friends, they're going to all forsake you. When you was a dooflicky from the hood, shooting up the block, stone coat, high, drunk, stoopzilla, you was all right. Because you believed like them. Now, you're doing what the Lord wants you to do. And it's biblical. As Christ said, his family is those that serve. Am I correct? That's his family. His family is those that serve, not you because we come from the same ball sack. Salakia. That could mean absolutely nothing. Even if you Israel, I said this, and you out there doing the work of Satan, you're not, listen, you my people, but you're not my people. Read that one more time, Salakia.
Verse 10. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up.
It'll take you up. It's a rite of passage. You know? It ain't just your mother and your father. Your family. Your wife, your rib that was in the world with you, now you accept the truth. They're going to fight against you, man. Because they want the world. They're more concerned about what their children think. You understand that? Listen, I can't stop celebrating Christmas. My son would go crazy. My daughter would never put up with that. Which is why you will fail in life, and your daughter or your son will be whores, gang members. There'll be another statistic. Because you don't remember what happened to your people. And fight. And fight. If you remember what happened, you'll correct it by correcting your actions because your people were not in the truth. And that's the only reason why that happened to them. Them German shepherds, fire hoses, you name it, would have been destroyed if those was black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people following the law of God. They was following the law of a white man, marching, trying to be like him, and that's another reason, and the main reason why you can never forget that. You can never forget that. So you go ahead and you let your child make the decision of you being destroyed. Your child's going to be destroyed at you and blame you one day. Especially you, those that have heard the truth. They're going to be the ones that say, Mama, I remember you did say something to me about we shouldn't be doing this, but you let me do it. I remember there was a time when you say I shouldn't eat pork, but you let me do it. You let your child run it if you want to. You'll have no protection. You'll be relying on the U.S. Constitution, which has already shown you're only 3/5. We've gone over that. Continue reading.
Come.
Because what you about to say now is so heavy. It's a lot. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Teach me thy way, O Lord.
Do what?
Teach me thy way.
Go ahead.
O Lord, and lead me in a plain path.
Teach me and lead me. Teach me and lead me, O Lord. Not O Biden, not O Trump, not O America. O Lord, and teach me in the right path, the right way. Your American way can't be right because it's not of the Lord. Go ahead.
Because of mine enemies.
Man. Listen, I need you to teach me and guide me because of what?
Of mine enemies.
Because of what?
Of mine enemies.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies.
Please don't give me unto the will of them. I am a statistic of black on black crime. Don't let that be my will. Go ahead.
For false witnesses.
For what?
For false witnesses.
Go ahead.
Are risen up against me.
They're risen up against who?
Against me.
Go ahead.
And such as breathe out cruelty.
Let me tell you something, man. Surely the Bible speaks the truth. It's what we do. It's what we follow. My enemies, man, have bore false witness against me and risen up. If you want to take it there, that's why I'm a threat. I don't mean no harm, but I'm a threat because I got false witnesses against me and they've risen up. They're going to try to destroy me. They're going to try to shoot and kill me dead because they see me as a threat. Period. That's why Tamir Rice was gunned down. Like that. Like that. He was perceived a threat. They rose up against him and killed him, man. To this day, I have not seen a big conglomerate of white people marching, talking, or doing anything for that child. Go ahead.
Verse 13. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. Wait on the Lord.
Do what?
Wait on the Lord.
Go ahead.
Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
Wait. Read that from the top. Read 14 from the top, Baba Kushab.
Come. Verse 14. Wait on the Lord.
Wait on the Lord. Go ahead.
Be of good courage.
Be of good courage. Go ahead.
And he shall strengthen thy heart.
He shall do what?
Strengthen thy heart.
Go ahead.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
What?
Wait.
Go ahead.
I say on the Lord.
Wait on the Lord, man. Wait on the Lord, your heart gonna be strengthened. Everything gonna be all right. I know you heard it a million times, but it's never going to be all right under the protection of your enemy. It's going to be all right in the Lord. Never forget what these people have done, man. Ever, ever. Don't ever forget it. Because they did it. And they are not trying to bring anyone to justice for it. They're trying to make excuses. They're trying to blame you. You died. He smoked weed. We saw him at the dice game. He was whatever they can do to make you unhuman and worthy of death. Wait on the Lord. I.S.U.P.K. Kentucky, get at us. And learn how to navigate daily and separate from these people who you may think is okay. You may think that, but according to the Lord, He wants you to prepare slaughter for them. So you continue going against the Lord, and death and destruction will be towards you and your family and your children, because you teach them death. You teach them to march, to cry, to be simple, which has not solved anything in the history of this country. They was marching in the 60s. We are in 22. And people are being lynched. With that, I'm going to pass the class over. Most honored brothers.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. Well, the I.S.U.P.K. started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, a tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, the Lord's Passover.
That's right.
Cocoa Beach, Florida.
That's right.
We'll do a courtesy salute to the teacher. I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K. Barak. Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shabbat. Class dismissed.